Talking to strangers. 말콤 블라드웰. Talking to strangers. What we should know about the people we don't know. Neville Chamberlain made his third and final visit to Germany at the end of September 1938, 2 weeks after his first visit. The meeting was in Munich at the Nazi Party's offices. The Verba, Italian leader Benito Mussolini, and French Prime Minister Edouard Daladier were also invited. The four of them met with their aides in Hitler's private study. On the morning of the second day, Chamberlain asked Hitler if the two of them could meet alone. By this point, Chamberlain felt he had the measure of his adversary. When Hitler had said his ambitions were limited to Czechoslovakia, Chamberlain believed that Herr Hitler was telling the truth. It was now just a matter of getting the commitment in writing. Hitler took him to his apartment on Prinzenterenplatz. Chamberlain pulled out a piece of paper on which he had written a simple agreement and asked Hitler whether he would sign it. As the interpreter translated the words into German, Hitler frequently ejaculated, "Ja, ja," and at the end he said, "Yes, I'll certainly sign it." Chamberlain later wrote to one of his sisters, "When shall we do it?" "When shall we do it?" I said, "Now." And we went at once to the writing table and put our signature to the two copies which I had brought with me. That afternoon, Chamberlain flew home to a hero's welcome. A crowd of journalists surged toward him. He took the letter from his breast pocket and waved it to the crowd. "This morning I had another talk with the German Chancellor, Herr Hitler, and here is a paper which bears his name upon it, as well as mine." Then it was back to the Prime Minister's residence at 10 Downing Street. "My good friend, this is the second time on our history that there has come back from Germany to Downing Street peace with honor. I believe it's peace for our time. We thank you from the bottom of our heart." The crowd cheered. "Now I recommend you go home and sleep quietly in your bed." In March 1939, Hitler invaded the rest of Czechoslovakia. It had taken him less than 6 months to break his agreement with Chamberlain. On September 1st, 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, and the world was at war. You have, on the other hand, CIA officers who cannot make sense of their spy, judges who cannot make sense of their dependents, and prime ministers who cannot make sense of their adversaries. You have people struggling with their first impression of a stranger. You have people struggling when they have months to understand a stranger. You have people struggling when they meet with someone only once, and people struggling when they return to the strangers again and again. They struggle with assessing a stranger's honesty. They struggle with a stranger's character. They struggle with a stranger's intent. It's a mess.